global call. Don't you guys? I love hearing people from everywhere from around the world. We have a global call. We have a lot of people that listen to these Breakfast of Champions also on replay as well. So grateful for you to tune in with us on this. But what's going on, champions? James Zhang here. And today I got a question for you. But how would you like it if you could attract major leaders, top earners, global influences into you and your business? Is that something that you would want? Well, today I'm going to share with you the secrets of doing that. This is actually going to be part two. If you missed part one, I covered that a couple weeks ago on Breakfast of Champions too. You can catch it on bocpodcast.com as well too. Um, but today I want to go over part two, and it's a topic I've never talked about before. But I'll tell you this first, that this is something that anybody can do. Remember, you're talking to somebody that when I got started in this wonderful profession of network marketing, leadership was like not even in my dictionary. I was super shy. I had no influence. I had barely any friends. I was that person, if I posted something on social media, only my mom would like my stuff, which, by the way, thanks, mom. You still like my stuff every day. So I appreciate that. She literally watches and listens to all of these as well. But I learned that there's a secret to gaining influence. And that's something that any single one of us can absolutely do as well, too. So you can capture this as well. And I promise you, if you take this, it won't be overnight, but you give it some time, you too will be able to attract major leaders. When I figured this out, just in the last 2 to 3 years alone, no joke, in my personal business, I've personally attracted multiple seven-figure money earners into our team. We've seen more people rise up. And one thing that I'm obsessed about is helping people get to the top 1%, six-figure plus incomes and more in our network marketing business. So I know that these things work if you work them as well. So if you're ready to take down some notes, you might want to listen to some replay. You can catch them on bocpodcast.com. But let's dive right into this. All right. So quick recap. The first part, I won't cover all of it. You want to hear that. But I went over a couple of points on what are ways to grow and influence, what are ways to become attractive to other leaders. And what I shared was this is number one, you need to have a vision that is big enough to encapsulate their vision. If you got $1,000 dreams, you're not going to attract multi-million dollar dreamers, right? So you have to have a God-sized vision. You have to have a God-sized goal. So for me, I have major goals in our business and in our life. I have aspirational things. I have things that I know are so big that it takes God to bail me out, and that attracts others to you. Number two, you also need to make sure that you are the person. If someone comes into the room right now, if they were to guess who's going to be the top money earner based on your engagement, based on how you show up, based on your connections, are you showing up to the events? Are you coming onto the calls? Are you the one that is always there at the things that need to be there? Are you at the events? Are you at the promotions? Are you are you doing the culture? Are you a part of that? Right? If someone were to come in today and were to bet that you'd be the next top money earner, would that be you? So there's an attitude about things. There's a mindset. There's an immersion, right? Like I wanted to be that person. And the third part is this: is do you love people? Do you have a type of personality? Do you have a type of connection to people that when they work with you, they feel like they're being loved on? Not that they're judged, condemned, compared, put down, but do they like being around you? Like, do they feel better around you? Are you loving them into your potential? These are things I covered in part one. So I'm going to assume you have that. Part two, though, are some secret sauces. Part two, though, is when I was reflecting, why is it that some people choose to join me? Why is it that I've been able to attract leaders in my life? And there's nothing special. The things I'm going to tell you right now are free to do, easy to do, but as Jim Rohn says, also easy not to do. You ready for this? Three things. Okay. Number one, if you want to attract major leaders and players into your team, you have to have the right attitude. What is the attitude? The attitude is the no problem attitude. Let me preface this with let's talk about value. Jim Rohn says that if you want to get paid more, the way you get paid more is you bring more value to the marketplace. Value. All right, it's not you put in more time. It's not that you work harder. It's you put in more value. So think about it. If you're a top leader, what is valuable to you when you partner with someone? Who would you want to partner with? How do you add more value? It's not more money, but it's how they make you feel when you work with them. Can you, as a partner, help them solve their problems faster? Top leaders, one of their biggest things that they do not have is they don't have a lot of time. They don't have a lot of patience. They cannot wait. Top leaders want to get from point A to B as quickly and as simply as possible. And if you, as a partner, if you, as a leader, can help them get there faster and easier, that is high value. When you start to realize what top leaders are missing, and you can fill in that gap, you can become super attracted to them. Okay. So that's why number one is a right attitude. What's the right attitude to have around other leaders if you want to track them? You want to have a no problem attitude. You know what they're looking for? Leaders are looking for people that solve problems, not give problems. So I'll give you an example personally. We're in a phase in our life now where good problems to have, we're super busy. We're super busy and we're always thinking, how do we scale our impact and our income and add more value and all these things for our community? So we have been in a phase now where we've now had to hire assistants. So I'm looking for virtual assistants right now. And as we're interviewing VAs, as they're known, um, I'll tell you who I automatically do not hire and how I do it. I give them what I want as a leader. I tell them this is what I do in my social media, this is what we do in our communities. And how would you do this? How would you run with this? The ones that don't give me solutions, but they give me problems, and it's like they hesitate and they seem like they're having difficulty understanding what's happening. Automatically, I'm not going to hire them. The ones that tell me, I got it, I'll figure it out, no problem. Automatically, they get to the top of the list. Now, in network marketing, we don't hire partners. In fact, in network marketing, I would say it's a little bit harder because in terms of leadership, network marketing is a volunteer army. John Maxwell said this: a leader with no followers is taking a walk. So if we look behind us and no one's following us, then we have to take a look at ourselves and saying, am I a leader that people want to follow? So I want to challenge us, champions, to grow in that leadership. So what's one simple way that was super attractive to other leaders? Do you have a no problem attitude? Are you the type of person that in your personal business, when a problem comes up, for example, a lot of things that happen in network marketing is IT issues. Let me tell you what most people do. IT issue comes up, they complain. Oh my gosh, shouldn't corporate do this? Oh my gosh, how can I do my business if this is happening? Other issues, tech issues on your side. You're posting on Facebook and then something's not working. And then we start complaining about it. Oh my gosh, social media is so hard. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay, these are normal things. They happen to all of us. But my challenge to you is what's your attitude when problems arise? Is it woe is me? Or is it no problem? Let's go figure this out. The way to practice, by the way, before you attract the top leader is in your own personal problems every single day. So check to ourselves, what's our attitude and our mindset when problems come up? When I started to realize that problems were actually disguised opportunities, and it's like a test to see how do I handle them, I started approaching problems a lot differently. I said, I want to become valuable. I want to become a problem solver. Remember, as entrepreneurs, we get paid to solve problems, especially in network marketing. So right off the bat, I made a commitment to myself that I would never complain about a problem. I would only provide solutions. Think about that. Are you the person that when a problem arises, you say, no problem, I'm going to figure it out? Now, the reality is this: most of the time when you say that, you don't know the answer yet. But what brings value is the person that's willing to commit before you even solve the problem. That's why I track leaders, because when they bring a problem to the table, we recently had a team that had 600 people come over in 2 days. It's a lot of onboarding, and they're throwing problems. There's a lot of stuff. And you know my response? No problem. We'll go figure it out. Don't you want to be around people like that make life easier for you? So, number one, just commit to having a no problem attitude, meaning you're committed to solving it. I hope that makes sense. Number two, what else brings high value where leaders would want to work with you? Leaders do not have time. So, if they don't have time and you realize that, then one of the biggest value propositions you can have that can increase your value and put you to the top of the list is speed of execution. One thing I pride myself in, and people will know about me, is I'm highly responsive. If you message me, I will message you back within a day, especially if it's a problem that we need to solve. Leaders know, partners that work with me know that if they bring something to the table, whether it's in a one on one conversation, whether it's in a group chat, whether it's whatever, they know I will handle it with a no problem attitude. They also know that I will handle it as quickly as I possibly can because I know that one thing that I can control is my speed. I can't control a lot of things, but I can control how responsive I am. I can control how fast I find a solution. I can control how to go do some research. And my goal in my game is always how quickly can I solve this problem? Case in point, why is Amazon a $1 trillion valued company? I think they are, right? Why? If you think about it, Amazon doesn't really sell anything unique. They're a marketplace. The biggest thing that Amazon does is they add convenience to our lives. They figured out how to do Amazon Prime. My wife ordered something yesterday, some dog stuff for our little Coco, 6-pound Maltese. They were expecting it to come on Monday. We ordered on a Wednesday, it was supposed to come on Monday. We were shocked. It came Wednesday. It came the same day. You know what? Automatically, we're like, that saved time. That's highly valuable. We will constantly shop through Amazon because they make your life easier. So here's my question to you, champion. As a leader, can you provide an Amazon Prime experience to your customers? Can you provide an Amazon Prime experience to your partners? Meaning, can you deliver and execute in a speedy way? Now, I'm not saying rush it. Take as much time as needed. But can you actually go solve the problem? Leaders will know. Let's say there's a corporate situation. They will know that I say no problem and then I go handle it. I'm calling whoever I need to call. I'm pinging whoever I need to ping. I'm following up with whoever I need to follow up. And I want to bring something back to the table just to go solve the problem. Super, super important that we do this. In network marketing, if you think about it, what makes us different? In network marketing, we all have, if you're in one company, you have the same company, you have the same product, you have the same tools, you have the same systems, you have the same marketing, you have the same everything. You know what's different? You're the X factor. People don't join businesses or products or comp plans, people join you. So when you start to realize that, then you realize you have infinite potential. You realize it's a game of how valuable can I be to other people to help them solve their problem. So that's why I'm like, one simple controllable is my speed of execution. I will deliver. I am committed to being the best of the best. I will make sure that if you partner with me, that you will say to yourself, I am so grateful I partnered with James Ang because he makes my life so much easier. Can people say that about you? Can they say that about you more? And one of the easiest ways is speed. So, simple thing. How fast do you respond to people with solutions? How fast? Can you challenge yourself to do a little bit faster? Can you challenge yourself to speed it up just a little bit more? I'm not saying sacrifice your life like crazy. I'm not saying sacrifice your kids or your family, but I'm saying, can you at least look at the message and can you respond? You know, one of the best things to do if you don't have a solution yet is just communicate. Just communicate. Communicate that you're solving the problem. You might not have the solution yet, but tell them, Bob, Sue, no worries, I'll handle this. I'm still working on it, but I will give you an answer ASAP. Time is more valuable than money. You can always get more money, but you cannot have more time. What's up, Tasha? Time is important. So, can you make people's lives easier by speed? Okay. All right. So, we're talking about what are some attributes to attracting top leaders. Number one, having a no problem attitude when it comes to solving problems. Number two, how speedy can you execute and solve the problem? And number three, here's the last one, how easy can you make the process? How easy can you make the process? Let me throw myself under the bus here. I wish I don't know why, but I say these things that I'm preaching to myself, and I should be doing this in my own marriage better. So shout out to my amazing wife, my better three quarters, Becky Zhang, because I need to do this better with you. Okay. Case in point, ease of execution. I love my wife. I want to solve her problems. I want to do it as quickly as possible. So typically in a day, this is what happens. She will give me some errands to run. And I love that about her because I need guidance. I need directions. She will give me some things that she would love help with. I, as a husband, want to help her. You, as a partner, want to help your people. Why don't we do these things? So I'm like, all right, I got it. I commit. And then I do it fast. But you know what happens many times is I will have an attitude about it. All right. I'll complain about it. I'll drag my feet to go wash the dishes. I'll have a little attitude that I try to hide, but I don't hide it well. I'll complain a little bit. I'm like, man, I have this call to do and I have so many things going on. I'll kind of take my time as I'm washing dishes because I'm multitasking. I might forget. I tell my wife that I'm going to do it, but then I forget and she has to follow up. And eventually I get it done. I do. But at the end of the day, the ease of the execution was not that good. Is that just me? Am I the only one in a relationship where that happens? Like that happens a lot of times. And what I realize is this is that yes, the job got done, but it's not just about getting the job done. What leaders want, what people of high value want, is they want a seamless experience. They want ease of execution. Because time is one thing, but emotional drain is another thing. You want them to feel like when you're handling a problem, that it's simple. The analogy is this: if you look at a swan gliding on a lake, they're super graceful on the top of the surface, right? But if you look beneath the water, they're paddling like hell to try to stay afloat. So, as leaders, if you want to become highly valuable and attract other amazing leaders, if you realize that if you can do things quickly, if you can solve problems quickly, but you also do it in a way where it's easy for them, what does that look like? Well, you don't have to explain the whole story as you're doing it. You don't have to give them all the little details. Let's say I'm working with corporate on a problem and I'm working on a solution. Or I'm working with a teammate on a problem, working on a solution. I'm not going to necessarily inundate my leader with all the little intricate details that aren't relevant to their solution. Why do many times we do that, by the way? I do that with my wife because I want to pretend like I'm being productive when really I'm just trying to buy time because I haven't actually found the solution. When I say things that are not relevant to their solution, I also many times do it because I want to feel better about myself and pat myself on the back. If I'm being very, very real and honest, at the end of the day, my wife, while she cares, it doesn't matter to her. She just wants to know if she asked me to do the dishes, Will I do it? Can I do it quick? And can I do it with no problem? Your leaders want the same thing. If they give you a problem, they ask you a question about your product and you're going to give them an answer. They ask you a question about the compensation plan. You're going to figure out the answer. All they want to know is, how do I solve this? Can I do it quickly? And can you make it easy for me? Hit the easy button. All right. So, three parts: no problem attitude, speed of execution, ease of execution. I want you to imagine yourself, Staples, the retail store, the office store. They had a really cool slogan. And their slogan was, they have an easy button. The notion is, if you go to Staples, you press an easy button, they make your life easy to solve your problem. If you want to stand out in a noisy crowd these days, if you want to attract major top level quality leaders, if you want to be the one where people will sign up with, partner with all the time and choose over others, if you choose to become that easy button of problem solving in your business, in your organization, there will never be a lack of business to work with, because people are looking for people that can solve their problems right now. So, are you willing to become that type of a leader champion? If you do, combine part one of this training, go back to the replay if you want to watch that, with part two. If you put these two things together, you too will see how you have no problem attracting people to your team. Your problem is figuring out how to manage the time now, because you're going to have so many people to work with all the time, because people all have problems that they're looking to solve. They just need someone willing to have a no problem attitude about it, have speed of execution on it, and ease of execution on it as well too. Let's go be problem solvers champions. Let's go be the easy button for other people out there. Let's go make an amazing impact. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, you might consider watching this replay. Go to bocpodcast.com. But with that, I'm so excited to see how you're going to implement this into your business and life. I know you can do it. If I could do it, you absolutely could.